World of YouTube, True Crime, Tampa Site, and everything else. And forgive me if the friggin' video is upwards, sideways, or downwards. I don't know yet. It ain't. Oh boy, bear with me. Whoo, sneeze attack. But anyways, I having difficulties with my stupid phone. It ain't rotating sideways. I don't know because of this screen is up or whatnot, but hey, whatever. Today I'd like to go on and share a little comment I got. And it says in my Armchair Detective 3, you see how many views you get? 128 views. You are pathetic. AD is the best on YouTube. Yay! I'm assuming she's talking about Armchair Detective, or what I like to call him, Fartchair Detective from Scotland Yard. Great! And I said thanks for your input in the comment. And said, but in my defense, at least I earn my subscribers and not buy them. And I have been told that that's what AD does. Gotta buy them little old subscribers and make the channel look better. But today I'm going over something else. I wanted to go over another house I found. And this is in Wrentham, Mass. And the strange thing is on this, if you go on Google Maps and you go on a specific road you know of, but you don't know the number of the house, it will lead you on the road where you can swipe your little finger down on the line and it follows the road. Up until this point of this house, it won't go no further. And I'm thinking, what the hell? And the road don't end there either. So I don't know what the strange thing is about it. And I did find, and I wanted to show a number. Here is 21. I don't know if this is to this house that I have in my dream or to this house here. But whichever house it goes to, it still won't go past. And I tried to, push in the numbers here. I think it's 21. Just to get to that house so I can go further down the street and get a damn, good visual of the house. Because that day I didn't have time to stop and take a picture. And anyway, someone was outside their house. And I didn't want someone saying, who's this guy taking a picture of my house? So yeah, what's the alternative? Google Maps. But even this ain't giving me a full visual. And I don't know why. And I was putting in all kinds of numbers of houses, lower than the one I got to. Or even this one, it still won't pass this part of the street. And it's insane. Because there is another house in a sharp corner that is down there. But it just won't allow me to go past this house. But in my dream, once again, this is one of them houses that I said I dreamt about, and I drew it, and it was the one that the very last dream I had of my father. The one where he said they took the stove. It's like, what the hell? And, honestly, I didn't mention this in the other video, or if I did, the story is before he moved out of that apartment where we used to live on Devlin Passway, my father maintained a damn stove that he bought in 1984. And I tell you, the stove lasted that long all the way up until the day he moved. It still threw out the heat. It, it cooked. The oven worked. The only thing wrong with that stove was the gasket around the oven door wouldn't stay shut good. So what he did was put a bracket that you would use for a lock, like a lock bracket, and you put a padlock in it. And he put it so tight so when you shut it, the latch would latch, instead of putting a lock in there, you just latch it, and it sealed the oven shut. And my father was always, one of them handyman guys that could fix, not fix it properly, but, say so half-ass fix it, but it worked perfect. And I've kind of, got that in my genes where I can fix something just to, temporarily fix. But that ended up using his idea, right? Lasted up until the day he moved. But I honestly think that guy's spirit went back to that apartment. And because there is new people living there, and the bank literally lied to my father, telling him they were going to demolish that building. They literally sold it. And the only way I found that out is because, my older brother used my name when he went back and everybody moved out and he's living in the apartment, right? They left the lights on and stuff that didn't get moved out had to get left behind. And there was a bed left behind and he was sleeping in it. Don't you know he gets in trouble by one of the workers from the bank on that, and he used my name. But anyways, when I called the bank, I was like, hey, I noticed there's people over there. Because what I was informed from my father and, from the bank telling him, they're going to demolish this place. It's done. It's going to be a new building there someday. Nope, they lied, paid him money to get out, and sold it for $26,000. And I was like, wow. No, I was, my father was upset with that when I told him. I mean, I think my father did want to die in this place, and when he did move to the new place, I mean, don't get me wrong, it almost was identical to the setup he lived in, except for the kitchen was different. But, it suited his needs. He got used to it. And, that was it. But I think he went back to that house and noticed they, finally probably trashed that stove, scrapped it, and he was telling me. And he was all about that stove, too. And I paid $500 when he was like, wow. I mean, the thing, that model, right, don't even exist no more. You're not allowed to have them. It just, even though he maintained it, it's a hazard code, and you can't buy them from the store. But, I was fortunate enough the thing never leaked. And this only goes to show the quality of stuff back in the day compared to today. And I'll tell you, man, we bought a new stove before we moved in the place I'm in. And that thing's already junk. I had it for almost 3 years, 2.5 years. The friggin' handle, the pull of the oven door open, broke off. The screw fell out. You gotta put it, when you're cooking for something for $350, you gotta put it up to $370. Piece of crap. But anyways, so I'm driving down this road in Rentham because I was looking for a state park that claims you can ride, off-road ATVs, dirt bikes, four-wheelers. Because I'm trying to find a new place to ride now because of the fact that the other place we were riding, they shut it all down. We got a threat by some guy. Oh, we're gonna get towed if we catch a truck here, blah, blah, blah. All right, whatever. So I'm riding down this road because this road leads to where I got to be from the GPS. And I happened to look over and I'm like, oh. And it immediately slammed in my head the dream. And now this house, compared to the last house in Rutland, is more on dead spot what it looked like in my dream. So with that being said, we'll move forward. Of course, this is off Google Maps. And as you can see, here's the address, which I don't think is this house. It's the one maybe further back. But Wampum Street. And I believe that's a Native American word. And this is where the map stops. It won't go no further than this. And I don't know why. It's aggravating. I sat there for like 20 minutes trying to get to this house in the front of it. Because as you can see, all I got was a side view. And I need the front view. Because you can see the door and the window is the only thing on this house. And that's the only thing that I drew in my dream. And as you can see, the porch roof literally goes around the house. And I believe it goes around the other way too. And of course, the pitch of the roof. But that door and that window are in the exact spot of my dream. And the pillars on the holding the roof there are even, spot on. I mean, I did write in and it did have a little, fence, railing. Mine had a railing, but that don't even matter. I don't know. The only thing I was looking at in this dream was the friggin' window and door, and they're exactly where I drew it. Exactly. And not only that, you got a door here, and I believe, and I want to say, that's a kitchen window. A lot of times, when you see windows like this, yeah, it either leads to a living room or a kitchen, because people like to, wash their dishes. And a lot of houses back in the day had that. And that is dead on spot to where the kitchen, would have been, say so, the fridge I drew and everything, right in here. Like, I could honestly say a refrigerator is in here, stove. And then you have a kitchen sink. But in my dream, this is, and also this would be the hallway I drew. The door. So if you go back to that and look at it, you'll see the almost the identical stuff off of this damn house. And right where I drew it. And how I drew it. And like I said, everything off the side of the house in my dream, though, led to a burnt down, fired building. But, I mean, I'm sure that don't even matter either. So the only thing missing is that in the railing off the porch. But other than that, that door and that window on that house, which I wish the tree wasn't in the way. And I wish I could go further down the map, but that's weird how it won't go in front of this house. But this, if anything I want to say, is the closest I think I'm ever going to get to my house in my dream. Especially the door and window and how it exactly matches up. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, I would love to want to go and see the setup of this house, but yeah, I don't need people going, what the hell is this freak? What do you mean? What? Call the cops, I just need to look at your setup in the house. What are you, a freak? But, hey, I can't help it, though. It's just, even though I have found places, I want to keep going with this, and I want to see if I can find more places. And this, if it is the setup of where this house and that front right there is literally like a big living room. And then if they have a door on the side of this wall here that leads into the kitchen, and if that is so, the kitchen and the door that leads, or even if it's opened up, say so like a open up wall, like say Let me do something here. Like, say if the wall looked like this, right? And this is the living room. Then you got the walkway or the door, big opening, and then it leads right into the window to the kitchen. And say, so there's a fridge and a stove there. If that was to be, man, then I'm on to something with my dreams right now. And for me to have these realistic dreams of places. I mean, yeah, someone was saying I could have been, traveling back into a reincarnation or whatever the dream walker, whatever the case may be. Whatever door is opened up in my mind now. And now I'm drawing this stuff and seeing stuff that is just, oh my God. It's a lot to take in. And like I always say, I recommend everybody to do this. If you have a realistic dream, draw it. And I guarantee, or even try and draw it, whatever you can do to remember it, not to forget it. And I guarantee something's going to come up one day and you're going to be bang right in that area. Now, like I say, the barn or the shed in the back, I don't believe it had one, or it did. But as you can see, here's the long driveway. As in my dream, this was all filled with snow, and I turned in this way, and half the friggin' driveway was on this side was shoveled, and I shoveled the other half to the door. I go in the door, my father was like sleeping in the chair. And then he woke up talking about a stove, so. And I was like, what, the pizza place took it? Fine. But I think it's got to do with he went back to our old house and noticed that the old stove had been removed. And, is that just friggin' insane? But to have a dream about another place, it's like, what's going on? But anyways, folks, this is where my mind's going lately. I don't know, man. Sometimes it freaks me out. Sometimes I feel like I really do need help. And other times I'm thinking, you know what? I've opened up another door in my memory, and that's right. I'm on to something. I am on to something. And I can't wait, to literally get to go into something, or let alone be in a place of this type of dream. Especially the one with the 3 nuns. But until that next video, and until that is found, that's right, folks. Be safe, take care, and always believe. There's something out there. There's something out there. And I'm opening it up. Somehow. Don't get me wrong, there's other people out there too that do this, but I don't see them documenting it. And of course, people probably think they're crazy and they don't want to document it. But you know what? Don't worry about the craziness, because there's other crazy people in this world, and they do the most horrendous, stupidest, dumbest things, and who cares what people think? When you come out with proof, evidence of something that exists, and you've never been there, that's what makes it unique. And that's what I think in the future people will start to believe. Out.